It was a Friday night. The air was thick with humidity and the promise of the weekend. Two teenagers, eager to celebrate the end of exams, piled into a beat-up car. The driver, emboldened by youthful bravado and a need for speed, gunned the engine. He wanted to impress his friend. He wanted to feel the rush. What he didn't know was that this joyride would end in tragedy. As the car hurtled down the narrow road, the driver lost control. The vehicle careened off the road. It smashed into a coconut tree. The impact was deafening. The friend sitting in the passenger seat died instantly. The driver, miraculously alive but severely injured, would live the rest of his life with the crushing weight of his actions. This wasn't a movie. This wasn't a cautionary tale. This was real life in Fiji, where speeding has devastating consequences. This incident, tragically, is not unique. It serves as a harsh reminder of the true cost of speeding. It's a cost measured not just in broken bones and mangled metal, but in shattered lives and families torn apart. Fiji, despite its idyllic image as a tropical paradise, faces a sobering reality on its roads. The statistics paint a grim picture. Speeding is rampant. It's a leading cause of road accidents and fatalities. Every year, scores of lives are cut short. Families are left grappling with unimaginable loss. The impact on communities is profound and long-lasting.
The issue extends beyond the raw numbers. It represents a deep-rooted problem. It speaks to a culture where speeding is often seen as acceptable. It's time to challenge this perception. We need to change the narrative.
Why do people speed? It's a question with a complex answer. Often it boils down to a dangerous combination of factors. There's the thrill of the moment. Adrenaline surges, the engine roars, there's a sense of invincibility. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, but the reasons run deeper.
Sometimes it's about societal pressure. We live in a world that values speed and efficiency. We're constantly rushing from one place to the next. This mindset spills over into our driving habits. We convince ourselves that a few minutes saved is worth the risk.
We need to acknowledge these psychological factors. They help us understand the root of the problem. It's not just about reckless individuals. It's about addressing a culture that often glorifies speed over safety. Section 4. Beyond the statistics, human stories of loss and regret. Behind every statistic is a human story. A life cut short, a family forever changed. Take, for example, the story of Mirani. She lost her son in a tragic accident caused by a speeding driver who was on his way home from work. He was a young man with dreams and aspirations. His life was cut tragically short. Mirani's story is not unique. It's a painful reminder that these aren't just numbers on a page. These are real people with families who love them. Their absence leaves a void that can never be filled.
These stories need to be heard. They remind us of the devastating consequences of speeding. They put a human face on a problem that is often reduced to cold, hard statistics.
Our roads, our choices.
It took me a long time to realize the impact of my actions. Speeding felt like a rush, an adrenaline high, but then I learned the hard way. I saw the aftermath of what speeding can do. It's not just about getting from point A to point B faster. It's about making choices that affect everyone on the road.
Every decision we make behind the wheel can have profound consequences. It's not just our lives at stake, but the lives of others too.
Yeah, and we have the power to change that. By choosing to drive safely, we can protect ourselves and others. It's a responsibility we all share.
Choose safety, choose life.
I used to think that nothing could happen to me. That feeling of invincibility when you're young. But I've seen too much now. I've lost friends to speeding. It's not worth it. I pledge to drive safely, for myself and for everyone else on the road.
By making the choice to drive safely, we can save lives. It's a simple decision, but it makes all the difference. Choose safety, choose life.